Hey, it is Justin and Ray in studio. Actually, I'm lying. Ray is not here. I'm just doing an intro for our bonus show, A Day at the Movies with Justin and Ray. So sit back, relax, and listen to the sweet, savory sounds of technology rocks and studio rocks as Ray and I disagree on everything as usual, but that's why we love each other. Technology. Enjoy the show and let us know what you think on this bonus episode. It's a new format, haven't tried it before, but it's A Day at the Movies with Jay and Ray. See you in a bit. Oh, okay. Well, you got anything else, Ray, or what are you working on over there?
No. Yeah, it's something we will hopefully get within the next couple of weeks, but I'll let you know.
Cool. All right. So Ray's cooking up something good.
Hopefully.
Ray may be cooking up something good. And I think unless you have anything else to comment on or anything else to discuss, what do you think? You got anything on your brain, or are we good to go?
No, I think hopefully the questions were answered, and I don't know. Like, I know I've been gone.
Hopefully you didn't piss off any fans. Yeah.
Well,
I'll tell you this: the ratings are lower when you're not on the show.
I doubt that, but no, I believe it. I believe it.
I believe.
I
totally doubt it.
So
Yeah,
last
absolutely.
week, unfortunately, I was in Austin at the Texas State Museum, also known as the Bob Bullock. Wasn't doing anything South by Southwest stuff, but we were there for a film premiere, a movie.
Anything cool, or is it I tell you I have to kill you stuff?
No. I mean, it was shown to the public. So
You
everybody
saw
knows about it.
Spider-Man, didn't you? No.
Oh, I saw the trailer. It was phenomenal.
Oh my goodness!
But
I'm so excited for that.
It was a movie it was a documentary called Stormbound, and it was just I was just there just in case something happened. So it wasn't anything spectacular.
I figured that's what you were doing.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Whether
just
you were.
Well, the director was there.
System sitting,
He
not
was.
babysitting.
I didn't really. I talked to him a little bit. He was a nice guy, but you could tell he was very busy, very nervous and stuff. But it was the opening sequence of that movie was just was crazy. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I was doing last week.
No,
So
that's where you were the week before last too, right?
I wasn't. I was there, but I was doing something completely different at the Bullock, and then we just kind of stayed the weekend and
that's
hung out
right.
with my daughter and my son-in-law, and then we just kind of
Some of us actually have a life. Got it.
yes. I do enjoy a good weekend. So it was my son-in-law's birthday.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we just went to Fredericksburg, had some fun times over there. They do have a good hef over there, so if you like Heffenweisen,
Nice.
I'm not promoting alcohol. I'm just saying I like
Nice.
Heffenweisen.
I like a good old fashioned too.
It was so hard to find,
Love a good old fashioned.
But no, it was good, and I like doing screenings. I've done a lot of screenings in my time.
All right. So, what's the up and coming movie you're excited about the most now?
The one that I am most excited about, to be fair, I am super excited about Spider-Man.
I am too.
Like,
Begonia's free now. You know,
yeah,
you can
it's on Peacock or Paramount.
and it's good. Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness,
watch it.
Begonia's good. I can't
But-
say a word about it other than it's good. And I haven't said that about a movie in a bit, but it's really freaking good.
We've
It's disturbing, but it's good.
it is what it is. I mean, again, going back to what we were talking about earlier. I mean, movies are there. They're there to give you what you want, and maybe I don't like a lot of particular movies that other people like. I've gotten a lot of crap about Endgame. People were like, "Oh, you didn't like that movie?" I was like, "No, I hated it. I thought it was not." Oh, let me rephrase that. I didn't hate it. I just didn't like it.
I think I just got Marvel fatigue, you know?
No, well, Endgame was different,
Yeah.
right? But it wasn't like Doctor Strange, because Doctor Strange was the first one was a fantastic movie, and I thought it did.
The Spider-Man was good too. Spider-Man Far From Home was
Far From Home was
good.
great, but
Yeah.
but it was like, oh no, it was, I think it was Ragnarok, Thor Ragnarok. I didn't care for either.
Really?
Or maybe it
See,
was
I
Love and Thunder.
liked
I don't
that.
remember
No, it's got to be Love and Thunder. Ragnarok was brilliant.
if Ragnarok.
That was the one with the Hulk.
Okay, then no, I didn't like it.
You didn't like the one
No,
with the
I didn't.
Hulk?
I didn't care too much for the first half of that movie because, and I'm going to tell you,
Okay.
as an avid comic reader, World War Hulk was my favorite.
Planet Hulk. Yeah, Planet Hulk,
Hulk.
and World War
Hulk,
Okay.
Planet Hulk.
And it kind of brushed through it and
No,
swept it
yeah,
a little too much.
That's like a movie all in its own. Like,
Yeah.
like, God, come on, Marvel dorks. Like, let's go. Like,
Yeah. They had the opportunity and they just kind of Flash Gordoned it. You know, it was just kind of brushed over quick. And yeah,
Flash Gordon was a fantastic.
they left a lot of meat hanging on there.
It was just, yeah.
they could've-
Yeah, I would.
Just
Endgame-
that should have been 2 movies, not 1.
Yeah. I mean, Love and Thunder was okay. I didn't care for it too
Yeah.
much, but and I think Avengers Doomsday, I think is probably another one I'm looking forward to.
Yep.
I think they're doing an excellent job with putting the trailers out and how they're spacing them. And
I'm scared for Avengers Doomsday. I'm more excited about Spider-Man. I'll put it that way.
I'm just excited about both.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Spider-Man, I had 0 expectation when I watched the trailer. Now I'm pissed off because the movie's not out.
And you can't watch it.
But it's coming out this year, right? It's this year. Isn't it June 20 isn't it June this year, or is it next year it's coming out? I don't know, but I'm telling you, if it's not this year, I'm going to be really pissed because this is to me the Spider-Man people have wanted to see out of Tom Holland. Because to me, in my opinion, Tom Holland has never gotten the chance to play Spider-Man. He's been
And how do you figure?
well, because he's been the Iron Spider. It's always been the Tony Stark, robot Iron Spider effect, and to me, this is going to make him more of like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man without any help. He has no support system. He doesn't have any friends. Aunt May's dead. It just now Iron Man's gone. There's
Well,
to me, he's kind of on his own, so it's going to be more like a Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, less than I'm going to have all of this gadgetry that Spider-Man really didn't have.
I did. I mean, you got to.
Well, he did later in the comics, but in the that was more, again, that was what I called the Iron Spider
Right, but
era.
It's, I mean, there's all these different, kind of iterations.
Theory,
I think,
yeah.
to be fair, all of them, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield,
All of them knocked it out of the
they
park.
all knocked it out
Oh
of the
my!
park.
To me, Andrew Garfield's the one that got screwed the most. Like he pissed off Sony. Sony shit canned him because he didn't make an appearance during the World Cup, and it was an insult to the heads of Sony.
So what?
And they fired him. They got rid of.
Suck
They
it, Sony.
shit canned Spider-Man 3 and everything because there was a whole giant Sinister Six thing that they were going to do in that Amazing Spider-Man camp, and I thought it was great. I thought Aunt May was great with Sally Field. I thought,
Yeah, she was good.
oh my
Yeah,
goodness,
they were all good.
I thought Gwen Stacy having Dennis Leary there playing Gwen Stacy's dad. That was freaking phenomenal. Dennis Leary is amazing. He's such a versatile actor. Everybody thinks he's just this dry comedian, but he's really good. He was really good in that movie. And
They all learn, but I will tell you this, and so you're gonna get super excited, but it comes out July 31st
this year?
this year.
All right, we got to go see that. We got to do a Technology Rocks. We got to go see it July 30th. When is that? Tuesday? It's always a Tuesday, right?
I have no idea.
All right. If you want to come see a movie with Ray and I, and maybe Ian, maybe we can get him to actually see a movie that's not British. And then
What's wrong? I like British. Oh,
if you want to come see a movie with the Technology Rocks cast, come on down. We'll all get together. Just message us on the forum.
great. Now you're going to have to rent out an auditorium.
Well, maybe. But how cool would that be? How cool would that be to have everybody in the same room that actually love and hate us all at the same time? It would be awesome. But no, I'm excited for Spider-Man. I think it's going to be cool. I think John, is it Blumenthal? Blumenthal, yeah, that plays the Punisher. Berthal, that plays the Punisher. I think he's already brilliant as the Punisher. It just you didn't like him?
No, I loved him. I thought he was awesome.
I didn't realize how good the Netflix series was. I went and
Punisher
rewatched
Netflix
it.
series was just amazing, and
it was
all of them were Daredevil.
I wish they had done
were
Jigsaw a little bit different, but it's okay. They still pulled it off, but that was by far one of the best. I don't know. I think Thomas Jane got a bad rap as he did good as the Punisher.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah.
You don't okay.
I just don't think he had any support. I don't think Marvel. I think Marvel wasn't ready to be Marvel at that point.
Well, no, especially when you look at like the first Marvel movie, true Marvel movie, that
was the Hulk, right?
No, it was Blade.
Oh, okay.
So,
yep.
Yeah,
no, I screwed that one up. Yes, definitely Blade.
Yeah, because and Blade was phenomenal. The second one, great. The third one, I know Wesley Snipes had a little bit of problem with it, but it was still, I loved it. I mean,
well, Wesley Snipes was fighting a villain way bigger than any vampire, and that was the IRS.
yeah, but the problem is that I think it could have went a different way, and I don't know what's going on with the new Blade. I know
it's failure to launch. They pulled the plug on it,
which is dumb because I think that
I thought it was
Charlie would have been.
I thought he would have been brilliant. Yeah, no, and I thought it was cool when they brought him back in Deadpool. I thought that was fun.
Amazing. That was great.
Yeah, Deadpool Wolverine was great. There's hinting of Deadpool coming into Avengers Doomsday. I'm not sure how they're going to do that.
There's a lot. We don't know. I will tell you.
I'm not sure how are they going to put Deadpool in a rated PG-13 movie, for one. It's like the whole...
People just have to suck it up. Let Deadpool be Deadpool. But the thing is
or they just beep it out.
Alan Cumming is coming back as Nightcrawler, and I loved the way he portrayed...
Oh, yeah, no, he was brilliant as Nightcrawler.
Wagner and
absolutely.
X-Men. So...
everybody, all the old OG
X-Men are coming in, and I think that's going to be amazing.
Jean Grey coming back?
They're all coming. Well, I haven't seen anything about her, but I'm pretty sure a lot of them are coming back, and it wouldn't surprise me.
Well, I know Patrick Stewart. Well, because Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, they're getting up there. I mean, they're like Chuck Norris age right now. They're like 83, 84.
It's going to be it was sad to see, when watching Picard when that series came out. It was just freaking amazing, but there was a lot.
It was hard to see him.
It was just
it was hard. But I thought Malkovich. What's his name? The guy that played the younger Professor X did amazing.
Yeah, he was John. I don't remember,
but he did
McAvoy.
So, I almost said John Malkovich, and that's no, that's not the right
but
thing.
He's not.
James McAvoy did good.
He can't. Well, maybe he could, but he can't really portray the Patrick Stewart age, but that's okay because we're going to go back to can this person play?
Fear.
Who you have?
Here's what I hope. I have hopes and fear about this movie. My hope is they give us the X-Men that we want to see and not pull a Force Awakens and just wipe them all out in the first 15 minutes of the movie. I genuinely hope. Because we know they're going to. We know Patrick Stewart's going to die early. We know Ian McKellen's going to die early. Because
How do we know that?
Because the preview, they're talking about death. I mean, they're talking about everyone.
That would interfere with timeline, and I got a problem. Right? There's a thing that I will shit can your movie if you do these two things. If you mess with timeline and you mess with the origin story.
But I think the timeline is still going to be screwed up. And I think that's why Spider-Man plays into this, because when he screwed up the Spider-Man spell, I think the timelines get all screwed up,
and that's
as
fine
well.
as long.
And I think
but-
that's why everybody's
Well,
coming
what
together.
okay, let me rephrase my timeline comment, because
Okay.
it's timeline in a sense of where the characters take place.
Right.
Right. There's a certain aspect of a timeline where a character is introduced in either a comic or a movie.
Right.
Right. So you're not going to put Emma Frost in the 60s when she didn't, her character was a president. Let's just, for example, right? If Emma Frost is a character who came out in the 80s, right? There's a certain timeline of where these comics fall into place. So let's say her debut was in 1988, right? Well, you're not going to make a movie where Emma Frost exists in the 1960s,
Right.
right? As far as a movie goes, like,
So and that's why I'm kind of confused on the Fantastic Four arc that they're taking, because the Fantastic Four arc,
the multiverse.
it's, if you go look at the timeline, that movie, the one that just came out, took place in the 60s or 70s, one of the two, in that arc. And so it's just like, okay, how are they going to fall into it? How does that fall into place in here? My theory is they're going to show these things to show how powerful Doctor Doom is.
Right.
Just very similar to how they brought Thanos in on the Infinity War thing.
Yeah.
When they brought Thanos in, everybody was done. He killed off Loki in the first 30 seconds. He killed off all of the people from Ragnarok in the first 30 seconds.
It goes like, I understand, like, you want to take creative control, or you want to take some sort of creative differences about what's going on in the comics, because it's not
Right.
going to be, you're not going to
Don't
do a
put
shot
butts
for
in
shot.
seats just to kill people off. And that's what's scaring me about Endgame.
I don't,
Or not
I-
Endgame,
I-
sorry, Doomsday.
I hope that that's not the case, but I also have a feeling it's not a one movie deal. I think it's going to
Oh, it
run into
can't be.
2027. It's going to be too big.
It can't
Has to
be. You can't. There's not enough. There, even if it's 3 hours long, which I think it is. I still don't think you're going to finish this arc. I think it's definitely going to be a cliffhanger. I think.
It might be three movies. Who
I think
knows?
the new X-Men in some way, shape, or form are going to be introduced. There's a hint toward that in the Spider-Man trailer, that where it shows a young girl that he comes to rescue, that's supposed to be a young Jean Grey, or that's supposed to be Scott or something Summers, which is the daughter of Scott Summers and Jean Grey.
Okay.
Yeah, and so there's a hint of that character. They haven't shown it yet. There's a lot of moving parts to that Spider-Man trailer.
I
think some of it is for
I
distraction.
haven't broken it down. I haven't broken it down.
Yeah,
I kind of
no.
don't want to. I kind of want
Yeah.
to, go into it with a little bit, a little more.
Well, there's a
less
young
knowledge of-
there's an
of what it
actress
is.
where they won't tell you what character she's playing.
That's fine.
On purpose.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it may
that's
be
great.
Mary Jane. It could be that is Mary Jane or Gwen
I
Stacy.
want what I
or-
want.
Yeah.
Is I just want them to make a good movie,
Sure.
and
I want to see him do Venom right. I want to see him do a Venom Spider-Man movie the right way, because that to me has always been screwed up. you know.
Sometimes it's hard to get some of these movies.
It's contractual.
It's
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
because Sony owns Venom. Sony owns Spider-Man, but they released the rights to Marvel.
well, I think there's kind of a contribution, right? Because I think they did.
Well, that's how they were allowed
a
to
split
bring
partnership, because they did 20th Century Fox,
Yep.
with
Which
Sony
owned
Pictures.
X-Men. Yeah. Which
so
now Disney owns. Disney owns 20th Century Fox now,
Right.
and they also own Marvel.
Right.
So now Disney and Marvel have to play nicely, which is why I think you saw Spider-Man show up in the Avengers stuff for the very first time.
and they are, and they're making.
And they did
a
it
good-
right.
good
They did
contribution.
justice to it. They didn't try to stay in their own ecosystem and universe and things like that. To me, the Sony Venom movies, Venom 1 was great. Venom 2 was like,
I'm not gonna lie, man.
I didn't bother seeing Venom 3.
I watched the third one. I didn't see the second one, so I got to go back and watch the second one. I'm not gonna lie, man. Those are some of the kind of movies I like.
I did
watching
not
crappy
watch the
movies
second
like
one because it gave me. I did watch it. It got to where I didn't pay attention to it. It gave me like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 3 vibes. It was just like too.
You didn't like the ooze, man?
That was 2.
Jeez.
It was
with you?
that was part 2. It was if you're
Oh, it was part 2.
if
right.
you're gonna have
What was
Vanilla
part 3?
Ice come out and do a rap with the Turtles, to me that's Venom. The second Venom movie crossed in that territory, and it was like, okay, guys, you've jumped the shark here. You're kind of just Venom should not be working a DJ board and scratching records. Okay, that is not what you want to see Venom do.
Maybe.
But, well, just like when you saw Venom for the first time in the Sam Raimi series, you didn't want to see Spider-Man dancing to Staying Alive walking down the street, and it was just...
Again, I'm going back to you like what you like, man, and I thought that was a hilarious scene. I don't care what anybody says.
This is why I love you, because it's just like we totally disagree on it.
But those are the 2 movies I'm looking forward to this year, and I think it's going to be.
Yeah, I agree.
It needs to be. They definitely need to step up. I'm excited to see some of the old X-Men characters that are coming.
Ray, I think they had to. I think everybody went through Marvel fatigue. I think they released too much bad material that most people did. But here's what I'll say. I'm going to give this one. I saw a movie that I said I would never watch. I did watch Captain America: Brave New World with Harrison Ford and dear golly, Anthony Mackie. It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. Here's the stupid part I hated about it is that you got a guy, and it goes back to the second Incredible Hulk variation with Edward Norton.
I love that movie.
I do too. But the problem is the first time he actually hit a human being, it broke every bone in his body. Okay? But you got Anthony Mackie here, who's got basically fighting him naked, and he gets hit several times, and I don't understand it. I'm like, why are we not? I don't care how
Enjoy
much.
it.
I don't care how much Rocky heart you have.
Yeah,
He should have died, and that's what I don't like about that variation of Captain America. It's just, I get it that he's the Captain America without powers. I understand it. I have nothing wrong with I'm just gonna say it and cross the bridge here. I have nothing wrong with Anthony Mackie playing Captain America. I love Anthony Mackie. I think he's great.
Yeah, there was
a black Captain America in the comics.
Yeah.
Again, I have nothing wrong. That is no problem.
People,
It has nothing to do with it. It has everything to do that he doesn't have superpowers, and that's what made Captain America, is that the serum that he was given amplifies everything that person is, and that's why the second iteration of Captain America that has the powers, the something soldier or something,
the Winter Soldier,
not Winter Soldier, the other one, the one that was in the TV series thing that was basically Captain America but with an attitude problem and he killed people.
Yeah, the Winter Soldier.
No, that was the one with the bionic arm. Winter Soldier had the bionic. There's another one. He was in Thunderbolts. He was.
He's the one who Wyatt Russell played him.
Yeah, that one.
Okay,
that one.
Oh,
and
okay.
To
U.S.
me,
agent.
U.S. agent. Yep, that's him.
Yep.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, I just, it's not. It was a great movie. It was a fun movie. It was a believable movie. I have nothing wrong with the character. I love the character, and I love Anthony Mackie as an actor. It just bugs the hell out of me when you put him up against the Incredible Hulk, and it's like, dude, if he flicks you with a finger,
Well, he went against the Red Hulk. He didn't go against the Green Hulk.
Well, but Red Hulk was just as strong as Green Hulk.
But is he?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe we'll see.
We'll see.
Who knows? Because Harrison Ford is in a vault somewhere, even though he said he would never.
Imagine that, locking up a U.S. president.
Well, he never said.
Imagine that.
But bump. But yeah, no. To me, that's the part that bugs me on it. It's like, okay, yeah, you've got bionic wings, but within the first 30 seconds, they always get ripped off. It's like that part's kind of played out, but what made it fun to watch is he didn't have super serum, which is kind of my antithesis of, it's my own internal argument about the whole show, but it was good. I watched the movie. It was actually really good. I don't know if you watched it or not. It was actually really good. I did. I said I would never watch it, and I did.
Yeah, no, it was. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It's a movie that I just sat there and I took it for what it was. I didn't try to sit there and analyze it, because you're going to go into these movies and you got to think with a different mindset. It's kind of like the whole going back to the whole Solo movie where people were like, I didn't like it because it was not Harrison Ford.
Well, he can't be Harrison Ford. It's just different. Yeah. You have to accept it. But Harrison Ford, when he was in Star Wars Episode 1, sucked. He wasn't that great of an actor, and that's what I'm saying. It's like you remember Harrison Ford from Patriot Games and Indiana Jones and all the Air Force One and all of these monumental roles that he played. But if you go back and watch A New Hope, he wasn't great.
I mean,
A New Hope was a B movie at best, but what made it cool?
Wow, you just insulted a whole community, but that's okay.
I know. No, but think about it. It was a B movie at best, but the reason why it was so crazy monumental is because in reality, it came out the same time Star Trek and Buck Rogers did, and those were campy as heck. And then the very first opening scene, when you saw this giant thing fly over the top of the audience, that was magic. That was movie magic right there.
Yeah.
And that's what made Star Wars special. It had nothing to do with Mark Hamill, who also sucked, and Carrie Fisher, who was okay at best. But that's what I'm saying.
She lost her British accent by the end of the movie, but that's okay.
She totally did. But the thing about it is it was it was magic. It was
and that's going. We were talking about
so cool about it.
A lot like these actors, right? Like we were talking about Chuck Norris, and we were talking about.
No, I don't hate Star Wars. Screw all of you trolls.
It's one of those things where you're going in, and whatever the movie is, whatever the movie does, man, that's just what it does to you, like emotionally, and you're in there, and you're just like, this is amazing. This is just. This is what I like to do, and it's gonna set the tone, man. It sets the tone for your day. It might set the tone for your night. Who knows? It's just, I've seen some crappy movies in my time. I've seen a lot of crappy movies in my time. But I find myself watching them and rewatching them because
they're original.
It's just what they are. They're just movies.
Like Terminator. Terminator was awful. The very first Terminator was awful, but you go back and rewatch it as an adult, and you're like, man, this was insane.
Here's a movie that is just a god awful movie. I watched it a couple of months ago.
Okay.
It was one of the movies that I constantly searched for when I was a kid, that I would be hoping that it would be playing on Showtime or HBO, whatever. Was Krull. Okay.
Oh my goodness!
I would constantly.
I loved Krull.
I would look in the TV guide. Oh my! Like sitting here looking.
I cut frisbees up in my house to make the darn looking star thing.
And so
such a B campy movie.
It shouldn't be what it is. But
no,
here it is.
Yeah.
Do I watch it again? Hell yeah!
I'd watch it. And it's horror, and it's just as bad as it was back then.
I'm not gonna lie. I give my wife
Krull or Blade Runner, because Blade Runner is another good one.
Well, Blade Runner's not into the same. Well, they're both sci-fi.
It was 82.
Yeah, but Blade Runner was Blade Runner, man. I mean,
But Blade Runner or Blade Runner director cut.
Either one, man. They were both so good.
Yeah.
You look at Daryl Hannah and oh my God, what's his
So
name?
Harrison Ford came. He changed a lot between 76 Star Wars and 82 Blade Runner, because I think he did Empire and Blade Runner right. It was right there back.
They probably had to be, because Empire came out in 1980. And,
So Empire was before Blade Runner.
yeah, and
All right, 'cause
Jedi
he
came out in
matured a
83.
lot between Blade Runner and Star Wars.
Yeah, but
I mean, it was a
think what-
different animal.
And well, again, goes to show you the versatility between actors, right? When you look at how he was just he was very stoic in Blade Runner, but
And then Hamill's
and then he
career
was
never
just-
really took off after that. He was
No,
Luke Skywalker and the Joker. That was it.
that's all you need, man. Like, I mean,
What else
don't
do you
forget Corvette-
want, you freaking
hey,
greedy
Corvette Summer, dude. He had Corvette Summer, man.
Yeah.
So it just it doesn't.
And Fisher's career never really, if you think about it, Fisher's
She
career.
was a writer, and she wrote a lot of movies that a lot of people don't think. that
Oh,
she
really?
wrote. Lethal Weapon. She was one of the writers on Lethal
I
Weapon.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
which is probably one of the best movies of all time.
she did a lot of stuff that people probably don't realize that she did. I
Are
mean,
you a Lethal Weapon or are you a Die Hard guy?
dude, that's tough because I'm Die Hard, and it is a Christmas movie. So
I agree. What's a better Christmas movie, Lethal Weapon or Die Hard? Because technically, Lethal Weapon falls into that same Christmas classification.
it didn't fall on like at a Christmas party. It was in the vicinity of
True.
Christmas.
Okay, true.
And I don't think it was the first one. I think it was the second one that was more in the Christmas, wasn't it?
No, the first one was Christmas.
First one? Okay.
Yeah, first one.
No,
was
it has to
Christmas.
be Die Hard, regardless.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. Again,
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis is one of those.
and
actors, too. Yeah.
and it's safe to say that he's pretty much passed on as an actor, just because of Alzheimer dementia and just he's kind
Yeah,
of falling apart.
but it doesn't change. Like there's
Armageddon, Die Hard. I mean, Fifth
I
Element.
love them in the Jackal.
The Jackal.
Like I
Fifth
love to see.
Element.
Sometimes you just gotta watch
Surrogate.
those.
I mean, there's
So Surrogate, funny story. Right?
So many
They were
good
filming that
movies.
when I was living in Boston.
Oh, really?
And he showed up at the theater. I was working for AMC at the time, and I was at the.
Oh, did you get to meet Bruce Willis?
I didn't. But he was
That would be one of my dreams.
he was constant while during the filming of Surrogate. He was at the theater quite a bit, and
Yeah.
I was doing the Boston International Film Festival.
Yeah.
And he was there. He hung out. I was so mad at the GM of the theater at the time because, I'm like, in the booth, dealing with, directors and cinematographers and
Right.
stuff like that, and who are, not. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch what I say, but and there's like a little foyer area between two of the booth areas, and he was in another booth just waiting for the movie to come out. I think he was gonna go watch
Right.
Beowulf, or he was gonna go watch something, I don't remember, and he just kind of hung out in the booth because he didn't want to hang out in the lobby waiting for his movie to start, and so the GM was just sitting there, having a chit chat with him, and I'm like, dude, I've been busting my ass for like 12 hours trying to get this film festival going because at the time,
Yeah.
digital cinema, digital projectors, they were there, but they weren't, we didn't have a lot of them. So we still use a lot of 35 millimeter, but, so here we are building up films and showing, VHS and crappy movies and okay movies or whatever. But, I was ticked off because, I could have had that opportunity to meet him, and I wish I did because, he is one of those actors that I love to see on screen.
Oh, Bruce Willis
going
is
back to
just
Chuck Norris, Bruce
absolutely
Willis,
magical.
Robin Williams. Those are some of the best actors I like to see on screen.
Yeah, no. So a lot of people didn't like Live Free or Die Hard, and I thought it was great. I thought Live Free and Die Hard was good. I thought Kevin Smith was brilliant. I thought, I thought the whole thing was just really, really, really good.
I liked it too, but
I didn't mind him in G.I. Joe. Thought he was good in that one. He was just
Red was such
Red
a
and
great
Red
movie.
2.
They were great
Pulp
movies.
Fiction. He was in so many different movies. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which there's a sequel of that one coming out. interestingly enough. Yeah, no, he was absolutely, again, he's one of the staples. When you think Hollywood, you think Bruce Willis, you think Chuck Norris, you think, again, going back to Robin Williams again, Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is just literally, to me, he's the man's man. You know what I mean? He's
I think,
he's just what you think of.
Some of those guys, like obviously the great actors that are in Hollywood, when it comes to like De Niro, Pacino, we talked about Denzel, and even a lot of like the actresses.
Pacino's getting up there too. He looks.
Pacino's
rough.
getting up there, but
Yeah.
you have like there are a lot of actors that I like. I just. But those are the guys that I love to see on screen. Like I can go and watch them on.
Well,
screen.
it was the epitome of summer. I mean, Armageddon. You can't get any more of a summer movie
remember the
than
trailer.
Armageddon.
Yeah, I remember the
Twister. You got things like, it's just you got.
See, and again, you go back and.
But Armageddon was like the summer movie. It was the
So in
Aerosmith
in the
as the
theater,
soundtrack, for God's sake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, nothing. But you go back and you look at in the the 90s when I started working in the cinema, it was just kind of like these movies would come out, and we always had we had our May releases, we had our November releases, and then everything in between. Right? Those are the ones where the big movies were coming out. We didn't really have anything coming out, June, July, or whatever the case is, and then August, September, October, but November was our holiday releases and stuff, and so we would always prepare for those. And those are, when a lot of it came out. X-Men came out in May. I remember I was living in Austin when the first trailers started hitting, and I'm just like, God, this is going to be so cool. There's no way that they're going to F this up. There's no way, and they didn't. Bryan Singer did a great job.
No, I like the Bryan Singer X-Men. I thought it was. I thought Hugh Jackman was an interesting choice.
You might need to cut this into two halves on the technology and the movie side.
Yeah, as Wolverine, but yeah, no, I thought he was a great choice. I thought I liked him better in X-Men 2, I think, as he started growing into the role a little bit more.
Yeah. Logan is probably my favorite Wolverine type kind of movie because of the. Now I'm going to say this.
Logan was very similar to an actual Wolverine comic book. It was dark, it was gritty, it was.
I loved it.
Sad. It was yeah.
So my thing is this. I think if anybody in Hollywood is ever going to listen to this podcast, the one person I think that could replace Hugh Jackman as Wolverine is Scott Eastwood.
Oh, without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. I thought Clint Eastwood, back in the day when they first came out with X-Men, would have been an amazing Wolverine. I thought his dad, but he was just too old. He was already old. He was already old at that point. It would have been too hard to do.
I think I like Clint Eastwood's movie. He's gone a little off the rails for me, but
Scott Eastwood is just like
Scott
his dad.
Eastwood, I think, would be absolutely perfect for that role.
Yep. No, I think he would be good. I think, everybody knocks it. I think it would be interesting to see, and here's the thing, a lot of people have mentioned him because he's just short, is Daniel Radcliffe, the Harry Potter guy.
When play Wolverine?
Yeah, when you see him, I've seen him in a couple roles where he gets angry or he's, kind of a...
Dude.
He's pretty interesting.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm saying.
I think he's done quite well to move away from the Harry Potter thing. But I think that at the same time, and again, I don't know. I don't see a lot of
Tom Hardy would be good. Tom Hardy.
I don't think Tom Hardy would be good as.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think Tom Hardy would be good as Wolverine. But he would definitely. He can definitely play. Maybe he can play a Juggernaut or.
Too short for Juggernaut though. He's only 5'7". He's not very tall.
Dude, I'm 5'6". There's no way he's 5'7".
Yeah. No,
Tom
he's
Cruise is 5'10".
He's
but-
5'7".
Okay, so
Yeah.
maybe not, but
That's why it was so hard to shoot The Dark Knight Rises, because Christian Bale is 6'3". So if you notice, you have to go back and watch it. When you go back and watch The Dark Knight Rises, when they're fighting, there's always stairs involved. And
Wow, I gotta take a look at that.
and Bane is always he's always on the top of the stairs above the Batman, because he has to be, otherwise he would tower over Bane.
I want Cillian Murphy to join the Marvel universe,
Okay.
because he has become, now I haven't seen the last Peaky Blinders movie, but he has the very first introduction to Cillian Murphy for me was 28 Days Later, and
Okay.
it was a fantastic movie.
I haven't seen any of the 28 Days. I need to
And-
go watch them.
The second one was okay, but the first one was just amazing. If you haven't watched it, watch it for what it is, and it's just a great movie.
Yeah.
You know how it was shot, but I was disappointed in the fact on how they used him as the Scarecrow,
Right.
as you know, as Jonathan Crane. I think Jonathan is his first name, but anyways, as you know, Professor Crane, whatever his name is, he could have been used better. I didn't like the way they used him in the last Batman movie, and he could have been used better. That character is an epitome villain for Batman. when
Yeah.
it
No,
comes
I
to-
agree.
and just to kind of throw a lot of these characters away.
Yeah.
A prime example, like Callisto in X-Men, they just threw away like it was nothing.
Right. Same thing
And-
with there's another X-Men character that they did. Good grief, it was the newer series, Apocalypse. They just totally flippantly, he was in and out, done. He was supposed to be, he beat the crap out of Thanos in the comics.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird.
I mean,
how they-
Apocalypse is yeah. I mean, he's definitely a great character that kind of needs to be stuck around. I don't think you have to kill all the villains to complete a movie, right?
No.
You know, I think you can save.
But
like-
nobody really ever dies either. You know, if you go look at you
Well-
can't die a bloodier death than Wolverine, and you know,
But he is dead
but he's dead in that world.
in that world. So it makes sense. But that's kind of why I think, like, you know, when they were kind of messing with the whole, you know, multiverse thing, it kind of gets to me. Everybody's doing it. You
Well,
know,
but Ryan
DC
but
and-
Ryan Reynolds is gonna pee on anything. It's just who he is. That's how he crosses the bridge. You know.
and that's fine. But I mean, he was the perfect Deadpool. He's the perfect Deadpool.
Oh my goodness, he is Deadpool.
You know, but you know, I don't feel like you have to just kill anybody. And these universes are so massive that you can use anybody to play a
That's the way the
side
comics
thing.
were.
But the thing is that you know, sometimes these characters play an important role in what certain, you know,
I mean,
even if they're not a very big character at the time.
Case in point, going back into the technology side of it, you know, it can also show you how a movie can get butchered before release. Like if you go look at Justice League, if you go look at the theater release of Justice League, it was absolutely awful. It was an abomination of a movie.
Yeah,
if you go watch the Snyder cut, it was
was great.
actually a really freaking good
was a
movie.
great movie.
Why didn't they
I
just
liked
do the Snyder cut? You
Yeah.
know, it's just, and then if you saw kind of the sneak peek at the very end of the Snyderverse, it wasn't bad. You know, even Jared Leto as the Joker, which is a stretch, it wasn't.
No, I'm playing devil's advocate on this one because he was just horrible. The Joker is one of my all-time favorite villains.
He wanted to talk like this all the time, you know? And
Yeah,
it was just, why are you talking like a gangster in a 50s movie?
I just
You know?
don't like his iteration of it. I didn't care.
No, I think it got butchered. I think Josh Whedon, and I love Firefly. I'm a Serenity. I got you, dog. I love Firefly and Serenity, the series. or Firefly the series, Serenity the movie, because they got cut short off the Sci-Fi Network, and they're actually coming back with it. They're releasing as a cartoon with all the original voices,
which is weird because they killed Alan Tudyk's character in Serenity. So
right,
what's the deal with that?
Well, maybe it's between it and Serenity.
Sorry, spoiler. I should have started off with that one.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
But
yeah,
so I think.
Well, but the reason why is why everybody's probably listening. Why the hell are you guys talking about movies? It's because it's important. It's why we build systems. It's why we do what we do.
Would you spend, even if you're spending $1,200 on a system, to not listen to it?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. Is Day After, one of my favorite Tom Cruise movies, which isn't a popular Tom Cruise movie, is Day After Tomorrow. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah,
I thought it was original. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was freaking hilarious. I thought if you have a significant other out there, they're looking at you like, oh, can I really do that? Like kill.
Yeah,
she gets mad at him and just shoots him in the face.
Right. It was.
I thought Bill Pullman was not. Was it Bill Paxton? I thought Bill Paxton. To me, he makes that movie. Him as the drill sergeant makes that movie. It is just crack a eye. There's just makes the movie.
You look at some of the most memorable scenes from movies, right? You look at Full Metal Jacket,
yeah,
right, and you look at Arlie Emery,
yep,
right. You look at him and you're just like, wow. I mean, he played that part not just because he played the part so well, it's because that's who he was. He was a real life drill sergeant who decided to go into acting, which is amazing, right? But because of that, he played that part in so many different movies. So when he did Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was just a little, odd for him. But I mean, just to kind of show you how, these people are. It's just, but you look at these these scenes from these movies, and that's what you remember the most, right? These pivotal scenes when he's sitting there yelling at Vincent D'Onofrio. I can't even say his last name. Anyways, Kingpin. When you look at him, and the way that he yells, or you're just that whole.
He plays Kingpin. He's good.
Oh yeah, he was. Fantastic
he is Kingpin.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic.
I didn't think what's his name, Michael Clark Duncan, was a bad Kingpin. I thought he was good too.
He was a great Kingpin. I liked him, and it's sad.
It was just a crappy movie. Yeah, it was just a bad movie.
No, man. Look,
you like Daredevil?
I like Daredevil.
Did you really?
Yeah, it wasn't.
I thought Colin Farrell was decent.
I could have done away with certain aspects of his character, but yeah, it was good. Colin Farrell, man, let me tell you.
So you can tell there was a lot of Crow influence on the Daredevil movie.
They tried.
Yeah,
but there's no way they could do it.
No, but you could tell by the way it was shot. You could tell by the cinematography, the grittiness of the rain and the dark scenes and the blues and the grays and the black. You could tell that there was a lot of Crow influence in that particular.
Yeah,
film.
I guess.
To me. It seems like there was a very similar, because
that's just the kind of the tone. Yeah, you're right.
There's a lot of bird's eye views, and stuff like that, which they used in the Brandon Lee's The Crow. That's the only Crow that exists, by the way. We will not speak of the other Crow.
The other 50,000. The last one that came out.
I can't do it.
It was. I was like, I got to give it a shot. I got to take a look. I looked at it. I watched it. And
first of all, it had a crappy soundtrack. That's unforgivable. The Crow, the Brandon Lee's Crow, was by far one of the top 10 movie soundtracks of all time. I mean, it just was. I mean, one banger after another. And
it was the collaboration of the artists that were there.
Yeah, it was Pantera, Nine Inch Nails, Thrill Kill Cult. I mean, it was just the Cure.
Yeah, Stone Temple Pilots.
So, it was basically a 90s mantra, a 90s anthem, for the movie. And the first thing I did when I saw that they were coming out with another one, I looked at the soundtrack and I was like, this is going to suck.
They tried. They tried. Unfortunately. I mean,
it just didn't hit the same way.
The movie wasn't that bad, but
I just wasn't a fan.
They just got worse.
Okay, I gotta because assuming we do get famous on this crazy show, the last thing we want somebody to hear is their movie sucked. No, there's not a sucky movie. It's not for me. Put it that way, because you got to be careful. If we're heading up market, which we are, we have to be careful with saying.
No, I don't think so, because
really,
no, I don't. I think that these are these movies that people make.
You and Abominations.
No, I mean, going back to some movies that are crappy or whatever, it doesn't change the fact that people still watch them. I still watch them. I can sit here and think like, this is such a crappy movie. I absolutely love it. You know what I mean? So it doesn't mean that just because a movie is not good,
well,
you can't stop yourself from saying that
it's art. It's artwork, right? Everybody's got a flavor of their own artistry. You like certain movies that I think are awful. I like certain movies that you're just weird about.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. But that's
we agree on Spider-Man.
That's the beauty of
what we do. That's what we do.
And it has to go back to what I was saying earlier. Like, these movies, they set the tone, they set the impression of what you're doing. When I watched Empire Strikes Back for the first time at the theater, right, in 1980, I was like, this is amazing.
All right.
How can I keep watching?
Here's how we're going to do this before we finish up. I was playing a game with a buddy of mine last night. We were sitting there, we ate dinner, and I was playing a game. He and I were going back and forth on movie stuff, right? Every one of my friends, if you're not into movies, we can't be friends. It's just not a thing. And I said, because we were arguing about who the best genie in Aladdin was. And I was like, dude, there is no other genie than Robin Williams in Aladdin. I'm sorry, Will Smith. There is no other genie than Robin Williams in Aladdin. So he and I were going back and forth. So I'm going to go back and forth with you.
Go for it.
Okay. Batman. Put them in order, best to worst.
How many Batmans?
However many you want. Let's just stick with live action movies.
Just the movies.
Just the live action movies. Leave Adam West out of it. Leave OG out of it. Yeah.
So starting with the worst one was, for me, Clooney.
Okay.
All right. Then I got to go with...
See, it's tough.
No, it's not tough, because I'm trying to figure out, because I like Pattinson.
Okay, so start with the best then. Go from the top, go down.
Keaton's the first.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a shot. I might get some hate about this.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with Kilmer.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're really different. All right.
Yeah. So I go Kilmer, and then I'm gonna go see. And this is where it's gonna come. I think I got to go Bell and then Pattinson, but they can be interchangeable.
Okay.
Right, for me, because I can say either one.
Yep.
And Clooney's the worst.
Wow. Okay. So I'm different. I put Bale in front of Keaton. I went Bale, Keaton, Kilmer, Pattinson, and then Clinton. Yeah, so we're not that much different. I just put Bale in front of Keaton. I thought it was a, you got to give Keaton rights because he was the first on the big screen. Not the first. Adam West was actually the first on the big screen because there was the Batman the movie. But the 1989 Batman, you pay homage where homage is due. My only problem is he was shorter than the Joker. Because Michael Keaton 5'8", Jack Nicholson 6'2", so he was shorter than the Joker. So we didn't differentiate that much. But when I was talking to Jared on this, Jared had said that Keaton was like it was. Let's see what Jared's was. His was, he's gonna yell at me for saying it. It was which I think this is hilarious because neither one, you or I, brought this up. Batfleck. Ben Affleck was number one on his list.
That's bad because I completely forgot about it.
I did too.
Dude, I'm still
But that should tell you.
I'm putting Affleck in front of Clooney, dude.
So I would too. So Ben Affleck was his number one. Then it went Ben Affleck, Val Kilmer, Keaton, Bale, Pattinson, Clooney was his. Which is weird because I've never heard anyone say Ben Affleck was number one.
Was number one.
Yeah, no, because I was like, all right.
He wasn't a bad.
So
Batman.
he says he's number one
my
because
bad.
he had the crappiest scripts. He got the crappiest roles, but he still pulled it off as Batman. So that's why he gave him number one. I thought he had the best suit. I thought the gray and black bat suit was the coolest one.
Yeah, it was good. They used the old, I think it's the Brave and the Bold, maybe.
Yeah, and then the Joker one was
that is no contest, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Ledger is absolutely the best Joker.
Okay.
Yep.
So I said, and this time I brought cartoon into it. I said Ledger,
Hamill. Yep.
Nicholson, Cesar Romero, and then Joaquin Phoenix doesn't count because I hated that movie.
You were leaving out Adam West, so you can't put in Romero.
The only reason I put in Romero is because there was fewer Jokers than there were Batmans. There's tons of Batmans.
This is true,
Jokers. But you're right.
But if that was the case, it has to go for me would be Ledger, Romero, and then Nicholson.
Yeah,
and I don't even want to put. I don't even want to put
Joaquin. Oh, Leto.
No. I absolutely love that iteration of the Joker.
See, I hated it.
But
I thought it was awful.
But I loved it, and I thought it was such a great movie. It was a standalone movie. It was just written for what it was, and so I absolutely loved it. But that's how it would go. I would go definitely Ledger, Romero. I'd probably put Nicholson.
There are very few movies where you can play that game. You know what I mean? It's like there are very few series where you can play that because there wasn't. Batman's one of the few. Spider-Man, you could do that.
I am going to say the best Riddler was Paul Dano.
Yeah, I liked him better than Carey.
Yeah, I didn't care for Carey too much as a Riddler, although he did a great job as what's his name from the TV show.
I also liked, and I just went blank on his name, Two-Face.
Thomas Jane?
No, Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart. Yeah, that's Aaron Eckhart. I always get those two confused.
Aaron Eckhart. Yeah, I could see why. Aaron Eckhart on more than Tommy Lee Jones. Even though Tommy Lee Jones, the problem with Tommy Lee Jones, he did not want to be there. You could tell.
Yeah,
he did not want to be there. He did not want to be in this movie. He was pissed off that he was in the movie. He was embarrassed that he was in the movie.
I was embarrassed that he was in the movie.
I was too because I love Tommy Lee Jones.
I don't like him.
You really?
I'm not a fan.
Really? I loved him in The Fugitive. I thought The Fugitive without Tommy Lee Jones would have been a horrible movie.
So
he was
okay.
awesome.
I agree. Let me rephrase. I'm not a fan, but I do like certain things. But I'm not a fan. Like I'm not gonna go out of my way to keep watching a Tommy Lee Jones movie over and over and over again. Right? Like Man of the House. Like it was good for what it was, and then that was it.
Yeah.
But
Men in Black though. I couldn't see Men in Black without Tommy Lee Jones.
I can't either.
You can't.
But it was.
You can't. Or Will Smith. Will Smith killed it.
So I'm going to go with Tommy Lee Jones as the worst version of Two-Face because he acted more like a Joker Riddler, and that's not who Two-Face is.
So on the Lex Luthor side, Gene Hackman. That is the only Lex Luthor, in my opinion. The guy that played Lex Luthor, Ellswick, the guy he was also in the Facebook movie.
You're thinking of
he should have been the Joker instead of Leto. He should not have been Lex Luthor.
I don't think he should have been Lex Luthor.
But he acted more like the Joker than Lex Luthor. in most cases with his.
I think he could have been more of a Riddler.
Oh yeah, that would have been good.
I think
too.
he would have been a good Riddler, especially if they would have done like Batman Hush. I think he would have been a good Riddler.
Yeah,
but
makes sense.
I'm not too crazy about Leto's Joker does not exist.
See, that's the only Joker that that G likes, because they didn't make him look gross. He had a little bit of sex appeal to him, but I'm like, really? You like metal teeth and tattoos on the face? And
You better get that grill going there, man.
To each his own, I suppose.
So-
well, but Heath Ledger was just gross, and Jack Nicholson was also just gross.
No,
but-
what? No, man.
What,
No,
Jack Nicholson? I like Jack Nicholson's makeup better. I thought it was a cool effect as he was wiping the skin tone off his face. It was white underneath, and I thought that was cool. I thought the artistry that they pulled off in the 1989 Batman that Tim Burton did was amazing. I thought the second variation, Batman Return, was really good with Tim Burton, and then they just kind of started screwing it up and
I have
Disneyfying it a little bit.
an idea.
What's that?
I think we need to make a second podcast where we're just talking about movies.
Oh, I know. Totally.
But
That'll be a show.
bonus episode.
How the heck do we do that with the
don't know.
time scale?
Yeah, right. So I'm gonna go on to the thing that like it's really hard to create these movies and keep rebooting them because people get tired of it. At least
Right.
I do anyway.
Right. Yeah.
I get tired of the reboots.
Yeah.
I get tired of them.
Yep.
Like
Nope. That's why Maverick was so special. That's why Top Gun Maverick was special, because it didn't get political. They stayed out of all of that. They had a bad guy, didn't tell you who he was. You just put two and two together, figured it out. And it was well shot. It was well done. It was entertaining. It was some of the best audio in the industry, which is why it's used all the time. It was an amazing music. F1 to me also falls in that same category.
Yeah.
It's original. Brad Pitt, freaking amazing. Ford versus Ferrari, also great movie. I mean, there's so many
that's probably
really
my
good ones.
favorite Matt Damon movie.
I think so too.
I don't even know if it was a Matt Damon movie. I think it was a Christian Bale movie.
I think it was more of a Christian Bale movie.
and
Yeah.
it was
He
amazing.
did brilliant.
It was amazing.
Yeah, no, he did brilliant. So, all right. Well, A Day at the Movies with Ray and Justin. Maybe that's what it should be called, A Day at the Movies.
Day at the Movies,
I
man.
love it. How cool was that? How long it took me to come up with Technology Rocks, and then there we go, Day at the Movies with Ray and Justin.
Technology rocks. Well, somebody was throwing rocks at you.
Something always happens.
I don't know. Maybe you got
Yeah.
to cut that in half, and then I'm sure nobody wants to
Well, who knows? We'll
listen to a 2 hour 45 minute.
We'll have to figure it out. A Day at the Movies with
Oh man, I just got Oscared.
yeah. No, all right. Well, I can
No,
stop it.
no. You
Okay,
can
wanna
just
do it
start it.
again?
I'm ready
You
to
wanna do
go.
it again. You want to do it again? It's
No,
like no, dude. I was ready to go like an hour ago. I thought we were doing good at 2 hours, and then wait. Are you sure you want to start it, or are we not going to start it?
No, go ahead.
We're gonna go start it. Okay. Now I'm not backing off this time. I'm gonna actually let this thing play. There we go.
There you go. Good
Well,
job.
Ian, we loved you. We missed you. Byron, thanks for joining in. Hope you feel better, Ian. Lena was sick, not feeling good yesterday. So shout out to Lena and Ron, and
Later.
Ray's biggest fans. Lyle and Jeannie Schaefer, shout out to you guys. Shout out to Byron Justin, or Justin Byron. Was it Byron Justin or Justin Byron? I don't remember.
Oh no.
Shout out,
either way.
Shout out to all the people, and we will see you in a bit. See you when we see you. 2 hours, 45 minutes. Can't be wrong. Day at the Movies, covering some good stuff. Ray's got some surprises for next week. We'll see you in a bit.